Where is your happy place? Or better yet, if you weren't feeling well, where would your healing place be? Well, thanks to the latest grant from Hyundai's Hope on Wheels, children staying at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital will have a pretty special experience to help their healing process. Here to explain is Scott Fink, CEO of Hyundai of Newport Richey, and Isabella Ramirez, who is battling cancer, but no doubt going to win that battle. So welcome, you guys.
Good morning.
I was going to say, so let's talk about this program, because of course I'm kind of thinking in my head, healing place. How have you been able to provide this, Scott?
So Hyundai's Hope on Wheels, it's a national program, and St. Joe's was awarded a $50,000 impact grant. And that $50,000 is going to go for the first phase of what's called the Infusionarium. And the Infusionarium was founded by a Disney Imagineer, which would transport a child dealing with cancer to their happy place. An example of that could be interact with an astronaut at NASA, or interact with a dolphin at an aquarium. Or Isabella, we were talking earlier, and she's an aspiring singer, and maybe she can interact with someone from Broadway. It is to take away the stress of going through chemo and the hours that they spend and transport them to their happy place.
Okay, let's back up first. Disney's involved. I mean, you know that means it's going to be good, and hence the name. Now I understand the connection there. How have they been able to bring this vision to life?
So the Disney Infusionarium, right, if you will, the gentleman who founded the company was one of the guys who was designing rides for Disney, and he got stricken with cancer. And he battled through cancer, did well, and he said, you know what, I want to do something different with my life. And he left Disney and he formed this company. And he used a lot of the things he learned while he was at Disney for these infusionariums. And this will be the second one in the United States. The first one, which I saw in Orange County, California, and this will be number 2.
So Tampa's pretty lucky to have this. And I was going to say, now share your experience with us a little bit, Isabella.
So I was diagnosed in September of 2014 with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, stage 3. And I went through 20 rounds of chemo, and then I relapsed, and then I went through more chemo, and then got a bone marrow transplant this past December.
And right now, not doing chemo, which is great news. So things are definitely moving in the right direction.
Yes.
But doing those chemo treatments, and so many of them, how important is something like this?
This is really important because it takes that negative experience that you're going through and turns it into a positive one, like a magical one, really. And that's really amazing to me, because like I would be stuck in this hospital room and I'd want to take myself out, and you know, I'd want to be where other kids do what other kids could do, you know.
Yeah.
And you're stuck in this room and you can't go anywhere, and so it's really cool that they could provide that.
So how are you able? I mean, we talked about like the dollar figure that you're able to provide it. I mean, talk about the experience, though. I mean, you're interacting with people like singers and astronauts. How do you do this?
Yeah, it's all live streaming. And when I first saw it, I saw a 9-year-old boy who was going through his chemotherapy right there, and he was interacting with an astronaut at NASA, and they were talking about a little robot that she had, and he was part of the conversation with her. And I swear, he had no idea he was going through his treatment. And he was transplanted. And what a great thing. I mean, listen to Isabella talk about, I mean, 20 different times. I mean, that's a lot of hours for a young person to deal with. And if we can help transport them and make that time less stressful, I think it'd be great.
And I'm assuming, you know, you have those treatments that you know are coming up, and you're just dreading the day that you do have the treatment. So being able to have a little bit of glimmer of hope makes, I'm sure, everything a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. Something to look forward to when you go into the hospital.
I know, I didn't want to use those words looking forward to, but I was kind of like, it almost is a way that you have something to, and I'm assuming from a medical standpoint, I'm sure you've worked with doctors on this as well, just to have that positive attitude will help just the battle itself.
Oh, I think we all know that to be true, right? If you enter the situation with a positive mindset, there's a much better chance that you'll be successful.
Great. Well, I was going to say, if people want more information on this, Scott, I mean, can you kind of wrap it up for us? I mean, this has been wonderful that you've been able to share it here, but how can people continue to learn about this? So
we can go, the folks can go to the St. Joe's website, right, and they can click through the Infusionarium, and if we can get the public behind this thing will be funded quickly.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Best of luck to you. Keep us updated. I know you're a rock star. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Carly.